Welcome to the live stream with Demeech and Reecee predicting the final Smash character. Wow, it's a rather late stream, but you know, predicting the final Smash Ultimate Fighter and having the Smash Ultimate Final Fighter revealed, that's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's like a baptism, or it's like just any once-in-a-lifetime event, because there's only one Smash Ultimate. That's unless there's Smash Ultimate on the Switch too. Just like there's gonna be Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Deluxe. But I'm joined by Reecee himself, and we are gonna predict the final Smash character. I know it's rather late, and I've been talking to you guys about, you know, how I've been kind of behind in school. I figured that I would work on some assignments, which I did, so I'm very happy about. But I need to go back to the assignments, so I will have to probably wrap this up around 1:15 a.m. or 1:20, so I could get back to my assignments while also having enough time to sleep and watch the Smash thing. I usually wouldn't, but it's definitely...
I'll actually be in school during the Smash thing, so I'll probably have to watch it during lunch or something.
I would just turn your phone on airplane mode so you won't get any information about the Smash Fighter, or just put your phone on... Do you have an iPhone or Android? Because I don't know much about iPhones.
I have an iPhone, but I can just turn it on airplane mode.
I wouldn't...
I already turned off all the notifications, and I just pulled up the Smash showcase thing on YouTube. So when I open YouTube, it will immediately show the thing on there. So I'll just watch it and without any distractions or any spoilers or anything, so I'll just go right into it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think at that rate, if you have every notification turned off, I mean, you're a smart guy, so I'm pretty sure you got the ropes down. I was just gonna say, you could turn your phone on, you know, a ultra power saving mode like Samsung has, where it essentially turns your phone into a dumb phone, where you can only call, text, and stuff like that, so in case there's, an important call or something, you can still answer it with your phone not being on airplane mode. But yeah, I'm probably going to watch it live. I usually don't for Smash since I'm usually sleeping, but this is the final fighter, so I kind of want to see it. I'm not going to do a live reaction because I feel like everyone will just be watching the Sakurai Presents thing. So I'm going to do an aftermath thing because those are usually better because it gives me time to
I'm probably going to do that too, my own version of it.
Your Paper Mario reaction was priceless, but I gotta be honest with you guys here. But, you know, it's just
Just imagine how good my reaction would be, or discussion, I guess, would be if Paper Mario was announced for Smash.
Okay, so not only will you need your YouTube tab open for that, but you're probably gonna need a ventilator.
Yeah.
No, but me, it's just imagine, you know what? I'd be happy if it's another Fire Emblem character, to be honest with you. Because at this point, I just want to see the funny reaction. Me and T&D got slammed when we were talking about our disappointment with Byleth, because we're ungrateful. I guess we are. We are ungrateful that the last fighter, or her first fighter pass, ended off with an 8th Fire Emblem representative. And the fighter pass was what, $25 or something like that? So yeah,
if there's another Fire Emblem character announced, I would just laugh at how disappointed Twitter would be.
You know what? If Twitter's disappointed, I'll be very happy. In fact, I'll just be happy if it's another Fire Emblem character because it'll go in continuation with how everything else has ended. Smash Brothers on Wii U and 3DS ended with Corrin. Fighter Pass 1 ended with Byleth. Why don't we have Sothis end, and then, or Sothis or Demeech be the final character, and then there's gonna be that little note with Sothis that says, "We have no fighters left. This is it. That's all, folks."
They're just gonna say, "This is the last Smash game. We're just gonna port it on other Nintendo consoles and not add anything to it."
Or better yet,
yeah, that's it.
Better yet, they'll have a Smash Brothers Ultimate and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe combo game.
Know, for Smash Ultimate, I don't really mind if they continue to port it like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or GTA 5. Because, I mean, there really isn't much else to add for, a long time. they'd have to completely reboot the series if they're gonna do, like, something else.
You know, I see where you're coming from, but I thought that too, and I'll get into that. I'm just gonna read some of the comments, because anyone who's here is an OG, because it's probably, like, late at night, unless you're in Europe or another continent. But, okay, we got Soshi here. He said, what are you more hyped for, Nick All-Stars or Smash Speculation ending? You know me like a book, Soshi, so I'm not sure. I hope Nick All-Stars is good. Some of the spin-offs have been good. Game Mill is hit or miss, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if I've ever said this, but I really love your thumbnails, even in throwaway gags like Breakfast Circuit. Yeah, I'm glad you like that, and to answer your question where to pre-order it, you can pre-order it at Blockbuster, Kmart, or Zellers, if you're in Canada. But you could also pre-order it at Sears if you'd like. But, yeah, we're gonna do our predictions. We are playing Mario and Wario. Actually, I am playing Mario and Wario because apparently it was better for us to play Kablooey on Nintendo Switch Online. And by the way, did you hear that there's actually Jelly Boy 64? Did you know that?
Wait, really? Or are you joking? Or is that actually a thing?
No, Jelly Boy 64 is a real game. They're probably gonna add it.
Yeah, because I saw, like, a tweet by, the Lonely Goomba, and I thought, like...
You know, I'd be happy if it's Jonesy. I'm actually serious, too, because I honestly think that Fortnite is only hated because it's popular. The game has done some great things for free-to-play gaming. It's not a pay-to-win game, and it actually has meaningful ways of monetization where it's just cosmetic. I really wish Mario Kart Tour could understand that. But regardless, before we start this game, or I start this game, I'd just like to say that you'd think you'd want Smash Ultimate to be the final game in the series. That's kind of how I thought about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Like, I thought at first, how could they improve on this? But then in 2019, not only did we have Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, but we also had Mario Kart Tour, which is still getting updated, kind of being the window of how Mario Kart 9 could be.
Okay, so I hate to ruin your joke about Jelly Boy 64, but you're actually half right about a Jelly Boy sequel, because there's an unreleased game called Jelly Boy 2 on the SNES that has, like, footage and everything.
Okay, then Glover is going to be on Nintendo Switch Online. And it's going to be a special version with Crispin Glover. Okay, Reecee descended into madness right now.
No, I'm just playing Jelly Boy right now, because I'm hyped about Jelly Boy 2.
You know, I wish this was on the Switch, so I could see that you were actually playing Jelly Boy, but this is on the SNES, Super Famicom specifically, because Nintendo didn't localize this game for some absurd reason. It uses an SNES mouse, but there was no need for it to really use it. There is a fan-made hack that could rework this to use joypad controllers. So, yeah, it was all Nintendo's fault for not localizing this. And it's entirely in English, too. What's interesting about it is that it's actually developed by Game Freak, and it's not just developed by Game Freak, it's developed by Tajiri, who's the creator of Pokemon. He designed this game, and Masuda composed the soundtrack. So this is a very interesting game, not only because of the fact that it's never been localized, but also for many reasons. For one, Mario's sprite was actually reused in a bootleg Mario game on the Genesis. Not one, but two. They're the Russian Mario bootlegs, Mario 3 Around the World and Mario 4 A Space Odyssey. Yeah, Twitter. Super Mario Odyssey has nothing on Mario 4 A Space Odyssey. You know, with all the moons that game has and how poor quality it is. That Sega Genesis bootleg is much better with its amazing physics and, you know, lovely game over screen. But also, this game's interesting because you don't actually play as Peach, Mario, or Yoshi, but play as this fairy named Wanda! I had to say Wanda like that because I had a coworker named Wanda, and that's how we'd always greet each other. I'd just say, Wanda!
Okay, I know this is a bit unrelated, but going back to the, weird Nintendo Switch Online games, there's actually a Nintendo 64 sequel to Kablooey.
Oh, no.
I'm being 100% serious.
Oh my gosh, no. No.
It's called Charlie Blast Territory, and it's like a direct sequel to Kablooey, but it's in 3D.
Oh my gosh, that sounds great. I really hope that game has something where you just... One of the mechanics requires you to spin the Nintendo 64 controller analog stick, and then you can complain to Nintendo and get gloves for it. So that's pretty cool. But let's get into our fighter predictions, shall we? So, you brought up my first one when you mentioned Kablooey on the Nintendo 64. I do think that the Kablooey guy is going to be in Smash Bros. I think that's definitely a logical inclusion, because...
Yeah, because, like, I feel like one of the games coming to the Nintendo 64 is definitely going to be that sequel to Kablooey, so they need something to advertise that. So...
Yeah, they do have something to advertise it, so... When Nintendo calms down on Twitter and stops talking about Groose and Skyward Sword HD, you know, they could definitely talk more about Kablooey, because Sakurai tweeted earlier, it's now deleted apparently, that the character is someone we may have never heard about, and Kablooey is a fairly obscure series. I mean, it's been cherished because it's been on Nintendo Switch Online, because forget about games like Mario and Wario, Mario RPG, Earthbound, and any of the Satellaview games, this is what fans have wanted for years. Like, you can check message boards on, you know, GameFAQs, or there's probably some Game Explain video or something, a retro look at Kablooey. I'm not sure, because it's been a while. Oh wait, never mind, you're Andre from Game Explain. So, tell me, how come you made that retro look at Kablooey on the SNES before Nintendo put it on Switch Online? And do you have connections to Nintendo? Because it seems your predictions were awfully true.
So, with Kablooey on Nintendo Switch Online, I know, Nintendo always wants me to review the best games. So, they just went ahead, and they wanted me to review Kablooey. So, yeah, and we all know how much I like that game. So...
Yeah, you liked it so much that you made a video. Okay, cool. We actually got rated...
Okay, I really need to send you the, real quick, the footage of,
Okay, I gotta see this, but I'm not laughing at that.
64, sequel to Kablooey. This is an actual game.
I'm not laughing at that as much as I'm laughing about the name of the raid. Snuggy Raid? This is actually a YouTuber named Snuggy95, I think, so thank you, Snuggy95, I really appreciate that, but at the same time, do you remember the Snuggy? Like, when they used to have... Oh my gosh, this game looks amazing. Like, it doesn't look anything like a Flash game that someone made in 2 minutes, but if anyone remembers the Snuggy, it was some weird thing that was an as-seen-on-TV product that's kind of a staple of 2000s, or late 2000s pop culture, where it's essentially like a backwards robe that you'd put on because a blanket is too difficult to put on. Or just, if you use a blanket to stay warm, you're gonna get trapped in the blanket and you just will be stuck there. So you needed a Snuggie. You also need a ShamWow, the Big City Slider, OxyClean. Also, oh wow, the... oh,
yeah, Nintendo is 100% putting this on Nintendo Switch Online.
You know, they definitely will. But that got me thinking. I know he's not really a video game character, but do you think But Wait There's More is going to be announced, and Billy Mays will be announced as the first fighter at Challenger Pack 3? Yeah, Slushy Magic, that too. What do you think? Because I'd like to hear your input.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility. It's like, it's perfect for the, But Wait There's More kind of thing that they do, so I think that would be perfect.
Yeah, me too. Or they could have Anthony Sullivan as an Echo fighter. Do you remember Billy Mays' replacement, who was Australian or British guy? I'm not sure. He's...
Okay. I have another, really good prediction. So,
okay, cool.
How about the truck from Big Rigs? Because you know that Game Mill is... Didn't Game Mill publish, Big Rigs?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so, since, Big All-Star Brawl is coming out on the same day, I think it would be it would make sense to have a rep in Smash from Game Mill. So it would make a lot of sense to have the truck from Big Rigs in Smash.
Would its final Smash be game-breaking?
Its final Smash would basically be, like, backing up so fast it would just crash the game.
Oh, I'm sure. What about... Here's another character. Let's go back to a very historical moment in gaming. We have historical characters in Smash. We had Mario in Smash 64, of course, who's a gaming icon. We had Sonic in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. We had Mega Man and Pac-Man in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. I wish that wasn't what the games were called, but so be it. We don't know what system it was going to be on. I initially put my copy of Super Smash Bros. For 3DS in my toaster, and then I found out it wouldn't work. So what I tried doing was, I tried cleaning the cartridge, I then put it in the Dreamcast controller, nothing happened, and then I randomly put it in my 3DS and it started working, so I'm guessing, just putting it in the Dreamcast got the data back on the Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS cartridge, so I'm very happy to hear that Nintendo has come up with such great titles for games. But yeah, another historical character, I know he really didn't originate in a video game, but his legacy to gaming is so important that you might as well add him. What if they add E.T. in Smash as the final character? Not just any...
That would be perfect, because it's a perfect representation of video game history.
I mean, you're not wrong. They have to include the green E.T., though. It can't be based on the movie. It has to be the Atari E.T.
Yeah. Because, the roles of Smash, it has to be, video game versions of everything, so it has to be the Atari E.T.
Yeah, it does. So, what would his abilities be? So, I know that his main attack would be extending his neck into the air, because I remember watching E.T. as a kid, and, definitely one of the main things in the movie was when E.T. extended his neck into the air to go into space, because that was totally in the movie, right?
And then a perfect move would be just falling into a pit every 5 seconds.
Oh, great. And then you could probably have the detective catch you every 5 seconds. That'd be a great move. And then the final smash would be crashing the industry, and the only hope would be the NES. That is in North America, but then we could probably have something like the Commodore or Amiga in Europe, or Sega Master System. Also, more Sega representation. We need that, actually. So, for Sega representation, when it comes to their most iconic games, and stuff that really sold the Genesis and Mega Drive, there's no game that I think of more than Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. And when I think of Nintendo, I always think of them taking 1 step forward, 2 steps back, but the King of Pop himself is well known for the Moonwalk, which is essentially a dance move where you take many steps back. So do you think he'd be a good fighter for Smash, and he'd be a good candidate, knowing Nintendo's history?
That would be perfect for, especially with your, your kind of, example with that, but, another idea I have, I know I really want Paper Mario in Smash, but I think that's not really the best representation of,
totally.
anything from, either representing, Nintendo or Intelligent Systems. But I think it would be a little better representation to actually have, Kensuke Tanabe in Smash.
I would say something there, but I have to shut that down because apparently it was found in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that he was going to be an assist trophy. So could I interject that and say that Kirsty will be the character instead? Okay, have a good night, Snuggie. Oh, the landfill.
I do think Tanabe would be cool, since you could, throw toads around the stage, and you could basically throw so many toads that would crash the game.
Toad! But yeah, Kensuke Tanabe would be great.
Kirsty would be, a perfect representation of the Paper Mario series.
Yeah.
Because it's representing Sticker Star. I mean, the one game that changed everything. I feel like that would be perfect for, a representation of Paper Mario. It kind of, represents the paper aspect of Mario, with stickers and everything. I feel like that would be perfect, and,
Yeah, I agree with you there. but I think Kirsty's main attacks will be constantly nagging the other players until they get bored of the game and shut it off. Do you think that's a good idea? She would be a little bit OP, but it'd give you a further reason to get the fighter pass.
Yeah, I mean, it's a perfect representation of the game that she was originally in, which is always really good for Smash. I really like when characters, are kind of accurate to their actual in-game appearance.
Was Kirsty kind of like a fairy godparent character? Because Wanda, not Wanda and Mario and Wario, but Wanda from the Fairly Odd Parents, was well known for being Flanderized into nothing but someone who constantly nags. So I'm thinking maybe Kirsty would be great for that. Or Navi from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I think that'd be another great character. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like, just imagine, I have another idea. What if all of Nintendo's kind of, Navi-like characters, just all bunched into one for the final character? So, once you play as them, they just all fly across the screen, telling you what to do, oh, press A, now press, X, now keep turning the analog stick. You're just gonna be stuck on a screen of, all these fairies flying around constantly telling you what to do.
Yeah, I agree with you there, and I know this is gonna be a little bit obscure of a reference, but before I do that, I'm gonna ask the viewers, who should I play as? Should I play as the princess? This is before they called her Princess Peach. Luigi, we gotta find the princess, and you gotta help. Should I play as Mario, or should I play as Yoshi? So, whoever the fans vote on, I will play as. But I was just gonna say, this is a very obscure character. But do you remember when Super Mario Maker 2 launched? How, if you died 2 times in the story mode, it would give you the prompt from Builder Luigi, saying, "Hey, Mario, I can clear the level for you."
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be an Easter egg, but I think Navi would be, definitely the main course, the final fighter that everyone has wanted. Don't you agree? Or wait.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone has been asking for, another Zelda rep, because, I know, we're seeing things like Skull Kid, or, even, some, the Breath of the Wild champions, stuff like that.
We are the champions.
I feel like Navi would be a much more interesting representation for Super Smash Bros. I feel like all those other characters would be a little too boring and a little too reminiscent of the Zelda characters that are already in Smash.
Wait, what were you saying again? Because I kind of lost you when you said Skull Kid, because I was taking a nap.
But, actually, even better than Navi, we could have, Fi or Fi from Skyward Sword.
Wait, I got it. So, Donkey Kong was really Nintendo's first success in North America. Forget about that, though, because Donkey Kong, that was just a fluke. You know who is important, though? None other than Groose! Do you think that Groose could be potentially the final fighter in Smash Ultimate? Because Nintendo's been promoting the hell out of him.
Okay, this is the perfect scenario. They delete all of the Donkey Kong content that's in Super Smash Bros. Because no one really liked that anyway. A lot of people have just been wanting that to be removed. All of the Donkey Kong stages, K. Rool, DK and Diddy Kong, just no one really plays as those characters anymore. I feel
Groose is a
people
must.
are tired of them, so they can just remove all the DK stuff and then add Groose into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you there, because...
And then, you know what? Along with Groose, they could also add Skyloft again as a stage.
But it would be locked behind the Skyward Sword HD amiibo. Is that a fair addition? But yeah. So the fans have decided that I play as either Peach or Yoshi, but it's tied. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip a coin. It's a United States quarter from 1969. I'm actually not kidding. It's actually a quarter from 1969. So we are gonna see if it's heads, it's Peach. If it's tails, it's Yoshi. Alright, here goes nothing. It's tails, so it's Yoshi. Speaking of, all the Sonic characters that they could add, because Sonic, I mean, it's rather obscure. Not many people have heard of the series. You know, it'd be surprising if that ever gets a movie someday. It'd be even more shocking if it gets two of them. But, you know, with Sonic characters, I definitely think that the ones that need to be in Smash are none other than Big the Cat or Knack the Weasel. Do you know anything about those characters? Because they're rather obscure, but they remain fan favorites.
I only know Big the Cat.
Okay, so with Big the Cat, he was a character in Sonic Adventure, and when you'd play as him, he'd go fishing, and some people didn't like his gameplay style, but, you know, I definitely think that they're just closed-minded and don't appreciate Sonic Adventure's amazing gameplay with Big the Cat for what it is. So I think they could definitely include him in Smash, and, you know, his taunt could be, "Something's biting," because that's what he's known to say. And also, go on.
So, just for a second, I wanted to say, because I'm actually gonna go now, but, a lot of people have been saying they want Rayman in Smash, but I feel like coming from that series, I feel like the Rabbids would be a much better choice. Even though they already had a Mii costume, I don't think Mii costumes deconfirm, like Sakurai never said that. But, and I think even, like, there have been a couple characters in the past that have gotten Mii costumes and characters, but I think the Rabbids would be a much better representation of the Rayman series and everything.
Oh, of course. But, yeah, I definitely agree with you there. You know, if you have to go, I mean, yeah, it sucks to see you go because I've been having fun with this, but, you know, I could definitely do this a bit longer.
You can go ahead and do your other predictions, but anyways, I'm gonna go now, so bye.
This guy has school to do, so it was nice having you, Reecee, as always, and, you know, I really am thankful that you brought the Kablooey sequel to my attention, because it definitely furthers proof that we will get Kablooey representation in Smash.
Yeah.
These are just predictions,
So, yeah.
but before you go, I had one question for you. Do you have one final prediction that's just something you sincerely want and something you think is going to happen?
I'll have to think about that for a second.
Okay, time's up. Your second's over.
How about a copy of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in Smash?
Okay, first of all, that's a great idea. Would it be like a boxed copy, or would it be like the Nintendo Switch game cartridge?
And I think one of the moves would just be projecting the cartridge out of it, and it would just like be a projectile, and then it would kind of be like a boomerang.
Oh,
and then
nice.
For the final Smash, a giant Nintendo Switch would come out of nowhere, the cartridge would pop in, and then the game would restart.
That sounds great. In fact, I think a better idea would be having the controllers just drift for no reason, and also...
Yeah, actually, that would happen at all times. Like...
That is so cool!
Playing, like,
I'm so excited.
The controller would start the drift, and it wouldn't stop. Like, even if you stopped playing Smash, they would continue the drift.
Could there be dial-up music in the background, too?
Yeah, that would be perfect for, like, the stage. And once you play as that stage, it will happen in all of the stages.
Also, if you complain about it, can you get a voucher to get, like, a Smell-O-Vision card that you'd play the game with, and you'd scratch it, and it would smell like a Nintendo Switch cartridge?
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Alright. Well, Reecee, nice prediction.
Yeah, so thank you for having me join this, and Kablooey for Smash.
You got it. I'm holding you to that. Alright, Reecee. See you tomorrow. But, yeah. Alright. This just leaves Demeech, the game, and the fans. So, I want to hear some of your predictions, but I will continue. So, Reecee's idea was great of having an actual copy of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as a character, and then it would cause your game to drift because, you know, it's just a feature of the Joy-Cons. No controllers really had that, except for the Atari 5200, which had a legendary controller that's considered one of the best of all time. It's so good that people can't even get it to work properly most of the time. But, you know, looking into more Atari representation, I know the Pong paddles are assist fighters, yeah. They're characters that you would get in the assist trophy, so it's pretty neat having that. But for more Atari representation, we could definitely have, you know, we could have the spaceship from Asteroids, We could also have, maybe the version of Pac-Man as an Echo Fighter. Everyone's talked about Miss Pac-Man, but I think Atari Pac-Man has more personality because he has an eye. He literally has an eye, and he makes different sounds from the regular Pac-Man. Hello, Jordan! Good to see ya. Reecee unfortunately left the stream, so it's just me, myself, and this obscure game on the Super Famicom. And you, and the fans. The world ends with you, me, Smash Bros, and final predictions. So, Reecee's predictions, some of his favorites, and my favorites too. He predicted that Kablooey would get more representation in Super Smash Bros. So, Kablooey, it definitely was on Switch Online because Nintendo is going to put the Nintendo 64 sequel, Charlie's Blast Territory, on Nintendo Switch Online. So yeah, Kablooey is definitely going to get a representation. We then talked about having Kirsty from Paper Mario and Navi from the Zelda series. We then got Groose from The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, only under the condition that everything Donkey Kong related is removed from the game, and the Skyloft thing will be a stage. The only thing is you will need the Skyward Sword HD amiibo to unlock it, even if you have the Fighter Pass, but, we should be grateful that Nintendo would even give us that. But some of my final predictions before I end this off, because I can't handle this descent into madness myself, are, I talked about some Atari representation. Atari Pac-Man would make for a cool Echo Fighter, or better yet, maybe just a standalone fighter. But people were talking about the Angry Birds. I definitely think that the Angry Birds had their place in gaming, but when it comes to mobile representation, I think there's one bird who flips the competition. Ha ha ha, get it? And that character is none other than Flappy Bird himself. So if you don't know what Flappy Bird is, it was this game released in 2014. It was kind of a phenomenon at the time. It got removed from the Google Play and App Store. It's been a while since I've had an iPhone, so I'm not sure what they call it, other than lack of quality control. But what the game was essentially a test of endurance. You'd play as this bird. There were pipes that weren't at all taken from the Mario series. And the game was known to be frustrating, so it was kind of a phenomenon at the time. So much so where it gets arcade games based on it. Both official and unofficial. So we could see Flappy Bird. It's not going to be a Western character. It's going to be a character that we have never heard about. Though it could be a Western character. I'm not sure. Jonesy's something we predicted, but I think it's going to be on the lines of something more important like Kablooey. They're definitely going to include the guy from there. And they might include Flappy Bird, though to be fair, Flappy Bird was developed in Vietnam. So that wouldn't be considered Western, because that's Southeast Asia. So it would not be Japan, but it wouldn't be the West either. Also, this game has power-ups too. Pretty nice. Also, all the stars do is just give you extra lives. It's not like Mario vs. Donkey Kong where it counts towards your score. Sakurai could be playable. I'd love to hear your movie idea. But yeah, I think I'm gonna almost end this off. So once we clear this stage, I think I'm gonna start going back to school because I do need some school. But, my final character prediction, there are two of them actually. So, for the last characters I think are plausible to be the final characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I've essentially been throwing every idea out there and hoping it sticks to the wall. We're all thinking about Ai and Eggman. We did talk about Sonic characters, and the ones that will likely be in the game are Knack the Weasel and Big the Cat. The other characters, Sonic's an obscure series that no one's really heard about, but 3% of the population knows. I mean, yes, Sonic is obscure, so add Knack the Weasel from Sonic Triple Trouble, and then add, Big the Cat. That's definitely been a character that's been wanted, but I'm gonna end this off on a high note. My final prediction for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Nintendo Switch system, then the OLED system, and then the 4K Switch, whenever they decide to make that, is going to be either the Virtual Boy or the other character. So the Virtual Boy character, is going to be like Rob the Robot, because the Virtual Boy, if you look at it, it essentially looks like a robot. It looks like a long-lost relative of Rob the Robot that Nintendo prefers not to acknowledge, but I think in this case, it could be someone they want you to never hear about, but some people know about. So the Virtual Boy could easily, very well, be the last fighter of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. But my final prediction, before I get to that, I'm going to answer Skid's question. It's about bad and forgotten video game characters trying to escape their hometown. That's a great idea, actually. I actually think that's a really cool idea for a game. You might have to, if you were to make the game, you might have to make it parody, kind of like Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures did, but, you know, definitely, that does sound like a cool idea. And finally, we're going to end off with a bang. Ronald McDonald. This is a character who had his own game. It was called Ronald McDonald's Treasure Land on the Sega Genesis, and there was also the NES game, though you didn't play as Ronald in that game. So they're going to include Ronald McDonald as the final fighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So anyways, I think that about wraps it up. In case you weren't aware, this was all satirical. Reecee and I were joking the entire time, but what I'm actually not joking about is that whoever they add, I'm probably just going to laugh at it at this point. It'd be cool if I get some of my favorites in the game. As I said before, Waluigi is easily a character I've wanted for years. I did feel my heart sink when I watched E3 2018 and saw him as an assist trophy. That's probably another reason why I didn't like E3 2018. I also think Crash for Smash would be very cool, but considering, you know, just a controversy surrounding Activision, they might not want to do that. But I think Master Hand would be a great addition and a great way to end off the Final Fighter Pass. But knowing Nintendo, it could very well be another Fire Emblem rep, because they ended Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U with Corrin and Bayonetta. They ended off the first Fighter Pass with Byleth, but this time, I'm not even gonna be disappointed, because I think it'd actually be pretty funny if we see another Fire Emblem character, just to see the reaction, but I hope the character is good. Either way, I'm excited. Whether the reaction is good or bad in the fan base, I'm excited to see, and I gotta go to sleep now and do some final assignments for my class. I'm actually going to work on the Rise and Fall Pac-Man after that. I've been working on the video hard. I've been getting research for it. That includes Namco Museum Mega Mix and also Pac-Mania on the NES, which should be arriving any day now. But as always, I'm just going to say this once again. This video, when it came to the fighter predictions, were satirical. If they're going to add a character, my three most wanted are Waluigi, Crash, or Master Hand, or they could really add anyone from the Mario and Donkey Kong series, and I'd be very happy. I think Funky Kong would be very cool. Dixie Kong would be great. Cranky Kong even. And as for Mario characters, they really could add anyone, except for Pink Gold Peach. But it'd still be funny to see the reaction. But if anything, I think that Toad, out of all characters, and I'm not being satirical here, actually deserves the spot the most, because he's been a mainstay since Super Mario Bros. In 1985, and he's been playable in many different games, and had 2 games of his own, being Wario's Woods and Captain Toad, where he was the protagonist. So I think that'd be cool. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you're able to get some laughs out of this. This is not a serious video. And as always, keep calm and dada on. I need to stay calm after making this. Have a great night.